The Pulse of Evil is a free game on Steam. It's a fun, bite-sized, top-down shooter that you can beat in less than half an hour. It's better than most free games that I've played on Steam, and I recommend it to anyone who wants a short little challenge. If you don't want spoiled, pause the video, beat the game, and come back. It doesn't take long, trust me. Everyone good? Alright, hit the timer. In my opinion, the best parts of the Pulse of Evil are its mechanics and handling. In the Pulse of Evil, you have to fight through these weird monsters and destroy these hearts throughout the map. Every time you die, all of your stuff drops and you spawn in as a different guy.
He died. I'm going in.
It has some pretty amusing voice acting, too. The first weapon you get is the axe. Like all other weapons in the game, it's snappy and responsive. All the attacks of all the weapons and monsters make sense. Every time I died, I knew exactly why and knew what I could have done to avoid it. There are some games with worse hitboxes that can be frustrating, and when I play games that don't have that problem, it makes me happy. Next thing I want to talk about is the inventory system. The inventory in the Pulse of Evil is unique and interesting. It's kinda like Resident Evil, but you have even more freedom with how you want to space stuff. You can't bring everything with you, but if you're stubborn like me, you'll get pretty damn close. Having an overcomplicated inventory can be bad though. If you need to reload, your weapon needs to be in your inventory. You then put the ammo in the weapon. This requires you to think a bit more rather than just shooting until you're out. It seems cumbersome at first glance, but I personally enjoy having to focus on it. The art style and ambience are both very good as well. Everything handles incredibly well for a free game. That's the positive I have to say. Let's get to the cons. First off, getting used to the mechanics. I do like the inventory, but the first time I was using it, it was confusing and a little frustrating. Granted, I am pretty stupid. It's not necessarily the game's fault, but I could see people getting frustrated when their first deaths are to reloading too slow. I'm a good sport about it though. Next, the story. There is none. You spawn in to kill some stuff and the ending doesn't really make sense. With its short playtime, I didn't really expect much from it, but still. If the same mechanics were used for a story game with a more linear map design, I probably would have enjoyed it more. I don't think that's the game's fault either, it's just my personal preference. After beating it, I felt slightly undersatisfied. I wanted a bit more considering how much I like all the mechanics. It is occasionally getting updates, but I don't see it reaching the ambitious stage I picture in my head. If I could snap my fingers and make it so, I would want 5 times the bosses, 10 times the monsters, 20 times the playtime, and a multiplayer mode. I understand the insane amount of work that making a game requires, and I know it's not fair for me to complain about that. Still, I wish we had more. And that's about it. There's not much more to like or not like about the game. Like I said, it's about 30 minutes to beat. I'll probably go back and try and get all the achievements, but I don't think it's necessary. With its short playtime and easy to master mechanics, just about anyone can find the time to beat it. It's solid, quirky, and bite-sized. I had fun with it, and I give it a solid 7 out of 10. Good game.